Hello there folks, another patch is coming our way. And just like in other previous videos, just like this one, I will explain the big changes, or at least the changes that I thought were important to know. So in general, this video is made for you guys, so you can quickly get the knowledge of the new patch and get on with your business or whatever you want to do. In case you want to read all the patch notes and so on and so forth, I'll try to put a link below in the description box. But so, let's get started. So the first big change, of course, will be by directives. The new achievement system through which you can earn points, of course, to display your achievement points, blah 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 blah. But most important thing is that you can get new items from these directives. So overall, all the directives will be split into three groups currently, at least. That will be vehicle based, infantry class, and infantry weaponry parts. So the question is, what can you get from these directives? Well, in vehicle section, if you complete at least one directive completely in one vehicle, you get Lumifiber for that vehicle. On infantry class section, if you complete something for, let's say, infiltrator, you get its armor in Auroxium textures or whatever. So it looks kind of funky for me, but well, hey, I'm not judging. Free stuff is free stuff, right? And finally, on infantry weaponry part, you have different types of weapons, let's say sidearms, shotguns, rifles, and so on and so forth. So let's say you complete the shotgun part, and by reward you get a shotgun. And for all of these Auroxium weapons that have, of course, the Auroxium textures and so on and so forth, there is, of course, the default or parent weapon. And if I remember correctly, then if you are Vanu and you complete the shotgun part, you get the upgraded or changed variant of Thanatos, which has, I believe, 2 more rounds in its clip and I believe worse accuracy or something, I'm not sure. Nevertheless, I have to say that directives will be very exciting for me as a, well, very old player and yeah, Battle Rank 100 player in the general, because once you turn 100, well, if you have all the Auroxiums you want, or you have already all the weapons you need, don't have anything else to do. But now there will be, at least for the next month or so. Okay, moving on, there we have few new ribbons, and most importantly, we finally received new heavy pistols, or just simply new pistols. For NC, it will be basically a mini shotgun that will kill most of the time with 3 shots. Up close, of course, with 2, but usually it will require 3 shots to kill a guy. So infiltrators with shotguns won't be a problem. Don't worry. Then Terrans get fully automatic pistol, which is quite similar to Repeater, only a little bit worse in the stats, I believe. And finally, Vanu gets 2 burst fire weapon, any burst fire weapon on the secondary slot. Basically, Spiker will be a variant of Beamer, which will also have ability to charge up its shot and deliver 6-round burst. Of course, on test server it was only 4-round burst, but it was too weak. Honestly, I have to say 6-round burst sounds really great. So we'll have to just wait and see how Spiker, Mag Scatterer, and T4AMP, or whatever you want to call it, will perform. So yeah, time will show. But anyways, there we have the next big thing in this update, the big resource change. Basically now you will have only one resource for everything, for your grenades, vehicles, and shit knows what else. So the thing is, I'm not gonna go into detail what is the new resource system going to be like, but the thing is, all the requisition timers are no more. So the basic idea is, as long as you have resources, you can pull whatever you want. On interesting note, in Planetside 1, you actually didn't have any resources, if I am correct on this. All you had was just timers. Once you spawn a vehicle, there's of course acquisition timer, and that's it. You can spawn whatever you want. Though the terminals weren't everywhere and deploying system was horrible. And speaking of spawning, there will be a few changes. First off, of course, dev screen will now introduce the little spawning icon of the closest spawn point in the 300-meter radius. Also, once you deploy through this quick deploy from the dev screen, you will not have the whole loading screen, so the whole spawning process will be faster. Also, Sunderers now, whenever they are deployed, will gain a protective shield. much like your personal shield that will regenerate over time once it's damaged. Of course, it will absorb some amount of damage, and yeah, now they will be harder to destroy. Well, frankly, that's to be expected. I mean, some of these are already easy to destroy, and they are valuable, but if you really want to destroy, all you need is just your flash and a couple of C4s or tank mines. Well, anyways, moving on. There will be changes to alerts. So, first thing, of course, no more normal alerts or random alerts in random times. So now, whenever a faction gains 75% of the continent's territory, it will trigger a alert. This alert will last only 1 hour, and winning condition for the attacking faction is that it will gain 10 more percent of the territory. But if any other faction gains 35% of the territory, it will mean that they won. Of course, I'm not gonna read all the conditions of this alert, so if you really want to know about it, go and read it yourself. I'm just here to inform you that there is a change about that. So anyways, moving on. Rocket launchers, tank primaries, and Bulldog will receive some nerf in the blast damage. Not direct damage, but indirect damage, if I'm correct on this one. So the thing is, developers want to reduce this infantry killing by tank primaries and rocket launchers and overall by these explosives. Well, so I guess tanks get butt-fucked again. Okay, moving on. There we have buff for canister, for marauder, nerf for PPA, and here we have a quite an interesting change to Walker guns. Now their muzzle velocity will be changed to 1000 meters a second. And so to put it in perspective, Lance's triple charge shot will go only 800 meters a second. So Walker will be faster than that. I mean, you might as well just make it a hit scan. Now moving on, there is a very big and important and really good change to repair tool. Now remember, when you jump out of your Liberator and you try to repair it, it won't work from every spot. You have to aim at certain positions and stand at certain locations. But after this patch, you will be able to use the vehicle's collision box as repair box. Finally, you will be able to do this. And honestly, I've been asking for this for a year and a half. Thank you, SOE. About the damn time too. So now let's talk about vehicle hacking and clean HUD. Huh? Anyways, let's move on. And as the last thing here, we have a few new things from Player Studio and a few other little details changed here and there, but overall you can see there are a lot of bug changes and other things, so you can go and check them out. They are quite interesting to read. And so that's about it. Tell me what you think about this change. What are you waiting for the most? Personally, I really am anticipating the new directives and pistols. Really would like to try out that new spiker. But other than that, I see you on the battlefield.